This video is about the Enlightenment, one of the most influential epochs in history that profoundly changed thinking and society. I explain how the ideas of scientists, philosophers, and thinkers like Galileo, Voltaire, and Rousseau laid the foundations for the modern world and continue to influence freedom, reason, and democracy today. In the 17th century, new ideas emerged in Europe that placed reason above tradition. Scientists like Galileo Galilei questioned old beliefs. People wanted to understand the world through observation and logic. These ideas laid the foundation for the Enlightenment. In the 17th and early 18th centuries, researchers like Isaac Newton made major discoveries. They showed that nature follows laws that can be calculated. These advances strengthened trust in reason. The church lost influence. The Englishman John Locke wrote about freedom and government in the late 17th century. He argued that people have natural rights such as life and property. Governments must have the consent of the governed. His ideas became very influential. In the 18th century, France became the center of the Enlightenment. Thinkers like Voltaire and Montesquieu criticized the church and monarchy. They called for freedom, justice, and education for all. Their writings spread quickly. Voltaire was a famous French writer. He fought for freedom of speech and against religious fanaticism. His sharp texts made him well known, but also hated by the powerful. He inspired many people. Montesquieu wrote The Spirit of the Laws in 1748. He proposed dividing state power into legislative, executive, and judicial branches. This was to prevent tyranny. His ideas influenced later constitutions. Rousseau believed that people are naturally good, but corrupted by society. His book, The Social Contract, in 1762, stated that government must follow the will of the people. His ideas were revolutionary. Diderot published the Encyclopedia, a vast work of knowledge on science, art, and politics. It aimed to spread education and reduce prejudice. The encyclopedia became a symbol of the Enlightenment. Many rulers tried to ban it. In England, thinkers like Adam Smith promoted the Enlightenment. Smith wrote about free markets and economics in The Wealth of Nations in 1776. His ideas shaped modern capitalism. England became a model for freedom and progress. In Germany, the Enlightenment was more reserved but important. Thinkers like Immanuel Kant urged people to use their reason. His motto, "Have the courage to use your own understanding," became famous. The Enlightenment also influenced art. Kant was one of the greatest philosophers of the Enlightenment. He wrote Critique of Pure Reason in 1781 to explain knowledge and morality. He emphasized that reason and freedom belong together. His works had a lasting impact on thought. The Enlightenment questioned the power of the church. Many thinkers criticized superstition and dogma. Some, like Voltaire, believed in God but not in the church. Others became atheists or deists. Deism was a new form of belief. Deists believed that God created the world like a clock that runs without intervention. This idea fit with Enlightenment science. It was widespread in Europe. The Enlightenment emphasized the importance of education. Schools and universities aimed to reach more people. Books became cheaper, and newspapers spread knowledge. Education was seen as the key to a better society. Women had few rights during the Enlightenment, but some were active. Mary Wollstonecraft demanded education and equality for women in England. In France, women hosted salons where ideas were discussed. Still, women often remained in the background. In cities like Paris and London, people met in salons to debate. Writers, politicians, and citizens exchanged ideas there. Salons helped spread Enlightenment thought. They were often organized by women. The Enlightenment influenced art, especially literature. Writers like Jonathan Swift wrote satirical works that criticized society. In music, Composers like Mozart created clear, reason-based works. Art became more accessible. Some rulers, like Frederick II of Prussia, adopted Enlightenment ideas. They introduced reforms such as better schools or less torture, but they did not want to give up power. This enlightened absolutism was limited. Frederick II, also called the Great, was a friend of Voltaire. He strengthened Prussia and reformed laws, but he remained an absolute ruler. His reign showed the limits of the Enlightenment. In Russia, Catherine II introduced reforms in the spirit of the Enlightenment. She promoted education and modernized the country. But serfdom remained. Her rule was a mix of enlightenment and power politics. The ideas of the Enlightenment inspired the American Revolution in 1776. Colonists in America demanded freedom and equality based on Locke and Rousseau. The Declaration of Independence reflected Enlightenment principles. It had a strong impact on Europe. In 1789, the French Revolution began, strongly shaped by the Enlightenment. People demanded liberty, equality, and fraternity. Ideas from Rousseau and Voltaire led to the fall of the monarchy. The revolution changed Europe forever. The Enlightenment led to the idea of human rights. In France, the Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen was passed in 1789. It emphasized freedom, equality, and property. This idea still shapes politics today. Some criticized the Enlightenment for rejecting tradition and religion. Others said it was only for wealthy men. Still, it changed thinking profoundly. Its ideas were not perfect but influential. Scientific advances, like the discovery of electricity, shaped the Enlightenment. Researchers like Benjamin Franklin experimented and shared knowledge. Science became systematic and public. It was seen as a tool for progress. In Italy, thinkers like Cesare Beccaria were active. He demanded humane punishments and the abolition of the death penalty. His ideas influenced legal systems. Italy was a small but important part of the Enlightenment. In Scotland, the Enlightenment flourished with thinkers like David Hume. Hume wrote about philosophy and skepticism. Scottish universities became centers of knowledge. The ideas spread throughout Europe. The Enlightenment weakened absolutism. Many people wanted participation instead of obedience. Monarchies had to adapt or were overthrown. The idea of popular sovereignty gained strength. The Enlightenment shaped democracy, human rights, and science. Its ideas led to revolutions and reforms, but it also caused conflicts, as not everyone accepted it. It remains one of the most important epochs in history. The Enlightenment laid the foundation for the modern world. Ideas like freedom, reason, and equality still shape politics and society today. Its achievements, but also its flaws, are still felt. It was the beginning of a new way of thinking.